Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill and welcome to Suncoast FYI. Today we learn about a new program supporting children and teens in grief, and we hear from experts for Stroke Awareness Month. Plus we get crafty with a fun new studio in Sarasota. Tidewell Hospice provides incredible support for families in need, and now they have a new program helping children find a brighter world through the grief process. Here with more is Director Danielle Visone and teen participant Katie Kelly. So this is something new for Tidewell, this program.
Yes, it is.
Okay, when did this start?
Just about a year ago in April 2018.
Okay, and what is the Blue Butterfly program and what makes it so special?
So our program is a grief center for children, an opportunity to bring kids together who are grieving the death of someone significant in their lives. So we're serving kids ages 5 to 18 and their caregivers so that they can come together and grieve, talk about the person, share feelings, share memories, but in a safe place where no one's going to judge them or tell them not to share or not to talk, but they can just come and be in a safe place and talk. So our program meets twice a month, where families come and join us for dinner, and it's a very family oriented. So they're getting to interact with the other families, the caregivers are catching up with the other caregivers, the kids, the same thing, and they get to visit with each other. And then we break down into the different age groups. So we do serve all those ages, but they're all age specific groups for their needs that they have.
So you have grief counselors for each group?
We do.
And what, is there a particular day that they
We do have groups twice a month, but we offer them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And we ask that families enroll with us directly. They can meet with a grief counselor or myself, and we just get a better picture of what's going on in their lives and how we can best help them. Tidewell and Blue Butterfly, we also provide individual support. So if that would meet their needs better, we can offer that as well.
Okay. And Katie, what brought you to the Blue Butterfly program, dear?
Well, my dad passed away on August 17th, 2017, so almost 2 years ago now, when I was 15 years old. And what really happened was my dad passed away from an unexpected heart attack, and I was there the night that he passed away, so I was there the last couple of minutes that he was alive, and got to walk through that process, and I found out about Blue Butterfly, and I came, and it's just really helped me a long way since then.
How has it impacted you? I mean, how did you find them, and what have they done for you, dear? Because that's traumatic. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I understand. Well, my mom actually found the group out last year when they started, and I was very hesitant on coming. I'm not one that likes to talk about a lot of things that I go through. So the fact that I was even there was insane for me and my mom. We weren't expecting to go.
Most teens are very hesitant about coming because they're just very private and very, they want to talk to their peers.
Right. And you found your peers.
I found my peers. That was one thing I wasn't expecting. In that process, when you've lost somebody like that, you feel alone. You don't feel like anyone around you really understands what you're going through, especially with your friends, because most of the time they haven't.
Right.
So when you go to Blue Butterfly, you have that community there of teens and adults and even young kids that have gone through the same thing and understand what you're going through. So that's how that's impacted me.
Okay, and along those same lines, what would you say to other young people out there that are experiencing this? What do you find? How would this help them, like it's helped you?
I would say I understand. I completely understand why you wouldn't want to come, because I didn't. I really didn't. I didn't want to be there the first day. But it does help talking about it, because when you hide things in or when you restrain what you're feeling, it bottles up inside. And the analogy that I like to use is like a dam. So like if you're a water dam and it's that dam there and it's that wall, and then you have all of those feelings coming up like that water. But once that dam breaks, all of those feelings are coming out at once, and you don't have the time to process it. You don't know how to process it.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that Blue Butterfly has helped with me, is the ability to process all of those emotions instead of bottling them up inside and waiting for the dam to break.
That's a great analogy and very visual. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I
very
like
much.
that one too.
Thank you.
So how do you first start working with the children when they come in?
So we like to enroll the family as a unit.
Yeah.
Let them know we're here for them, again, as a unit for all the kids in the family and the caregiver. The families come to us and they're lost, they're broken, they're not sure what to do, and many times the caregivers are saying to me, I don't know how to help my child. My child's going through something that I wasn't prepared for, and how can I help them through that? And so what we do is we always create a safe environment for the kids to feel like comfortable and that they belong. So they're always with kids their age. And the facilitators and the volunteers, they're ready to just meet them where they are on their level. So if we're with the littles, we're probably on the floor playing games.
Yeah.
If we're with the teens, we're in couches, kind of in a lounge
Hanging out,
environment.
yeah.
But we're doing impactful projects. We might do a mask project where they paint using specific colors to let us know their feelings and what colors are associated with those feelings. And we learn a lot about how they're feeling and how they're kind of progressing through their grief just by doing art projects, which are really helpful to them. Have you
It
liked
really
those?
opens you up in a way
Yeah.
that isn't expected.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see all of that
That's
too.
great. I'm glad you said that because it gives us all a little more insight into what actually takes place when you're in there. So,
Yeah.
Anything before we close? Anything you'd like to add? Where can our viewers go to find you?
Yes, you can find us at the Tidewell Hospice website or on social media. We have Instagram and Facebook. But I would just say that if there's a family out there that's grieving the death and there's children involved, please reach out. We can help you find the resource that's best for you, and our program is free, so we'd love to help.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Thank you both so much for being
you.
here, dear.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Just ahead on Suncoast FYI, we learn how we should be prepared for Stroke Awareness Month. May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and Encompass Health is helping us stay informed. And here with more is vascular neurologist Dr. Ralph Gonzalez and Encompass Health CEO Marcus Braz. Welcome to the program, Doctor. Marcus, welcome back.
Thank you.
And is National Stroke Awareness Month. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But if you could tell our viewers what your role as a neurologist at the Manatee Memorial Hospital is, Doctor.
Well, I direct the stroke programs at Manatee Memorial Hospital and Lakewood Ranch Medical Center. And as the medical director, I institute all protocols and procedures that involve the acute care of stroke. I also, on a day-to-day basis, take care of strokes that come into the emergency room and at night and things like that.
So how long have you been there? You've been there quite a while, so I would say you're very knowledgeable in
I've
this
been there
area.
19 years, yes.
So when what is the stroke treatment now, and how has it evolved over the time that you've been involved with this?
Well, stroke treatment's involved exponentially over the last 20 or 25 years. Initially, our only stroke treatment for acute stroke was IV Activase, which is a clot-busting drug. Then over the last decade, and particularly in the last 5 years, we've been able to remove clots mechanically using catheters, much like cardiologists do for heart attacks.
So you insert something into
Yes,
the...
insert something into the groin, microcatheters threaded up into the brain, and the clot is removed through a couple of different mechanisms.
Okay. Does that come out after you just, this is the procedure?
Yes,
and
the
then comes out?
catheter comes out afterwards, and hopefully with it the clot, which improves blood flow to the area that's having the stroke.
Okay, all right. Now, Marcus, you're going to tell us, after the patient is treated, they go through rehabilitation. What is the best way for that to happen, and what does Encompass do to facilitate that?
Great to be here again, Nancy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Recently, the American Stroke Association issued its first guidance in regards to the best place for patients to receive therapy and rehabilitation following a stroke. And those guidelines consistently demonstrated that a patient who received inpatient rehabilitation services at a hospital such as Encompass benefited the most functionally from those services.
Okay, now what do you do exactly to help rehabilitate a patient?
In inpatient rehab hospitals such as Encompass Health, who's treated over 400 patients just last year, the patients get intensive physical, occupational, and speech-language pathology therapies. And that's provided by a specialized team, including rehabilitation physicians and specialized trained nurses, and all of those folks work together as a team. And just last year, the functional gains that our stroke patients achieved were in the top functional gains for patients who have received rehabilitation following stroke in the country.
Wow, that's great. You guys are amazing. Now, doctor, once a patient has a stroke, they're preparing to go to rehabilitation. What do you do to get them ready for that interim step?
Well, after the acute phase of the stroke is passed in the hospital, we have our own therapists, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language pathology all evaluate the patient and assess their rehab needs after discharge. Some patients will do very well and be able to go straight home, but the vast majority of patients will end up needing acute rehabilitation. And as Marcus stated, the American Stroke Association has now put it into a guideline form that the best outcomes with stroke patients are noted in those that go to an acute rehab facility, like Encompass.
Now, and that can take, it depending on the person, the severity of the stroke, it can vary in the times how long they will need to be in rehabilitation. Is that correct? Okay. And then after they leave you, how do you follow up with them? I mean, do you have in-home
Oftentimes,
care?
those patients will get home health care,
Care
and then
after they
obviously
leave you.
following up with their physician is very important.
Okay. Now, with health, May being Stroke Awareness Month, can you tell us what's coming up and what the community should look for from you?
Absolutely. I'm very excited to talk about the event we're having to celebrate Stroke Awareness Month and stroke prevention at Encompass Health of Sarasota on May 22nd, Wednesday. We're going to have an interactive healthy cooking demonstration, interactive art therapy, creative connection demonstration. Our Executive Vice President from Encompass Health, Barb Jacobs-Meyer, will be there, as well as Kathy Formeyer from she's an Executive Vice President from the American Heart, American Stroke Association to give a presentation. We're also going to have a stroke reunion from our former stroke patients who will come and visit us, and the therapists and the nurses and the physicians who cared for them. But most importantly, it's an opportunity to educate the community about how stroke is beatable and preventable.
Okay. Before we close, I'd like to ask you that preventable. What can somebody do to prevent a stroke? Is that possible? And how do you, I know there's warning signs. Could you share with us what those are?
Well, we have different acronyms and different things, but one of the more common ones is B FAST. So B stands for balance, E is for eyes or visual problems, FAST is for face or drooping of the face, A is for arms, weakness in one of the arms or the other, S is for speech, so slurred speech or inability to speak, and T is for time, because time is of the essence in these sort of situations. So this is the kind of thing that if you think you're having a stroke, you really want to call 911. And EMS has protocols in place that will take you to the nearest, most appropriate stroke center.
Okay. And before we go, the date and the times, please, Marcus.
May 22nd, Wednesday, from 11 to 1 p.m. at Encompass Health in Sarasota on Edge Lake Drive. And we're going to talk to you about, again, preventative opportunities such as healthy eating, exercise, and again, just celebrating the recovery of our former stroke patients.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you both for being here.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Next on Suncoast FYI, we get crafty with some special guests. This dynamic mother-daughter duo is helping people channel their creativity, and here to tell us about their new studio, Toucan Craft, are co-owners Connie Howard and Laura Reinhardt. Hi.
Hi.
You're just dressed for the occasion. You have these great T-shirts on
Darn
that I know
beautiful
you
tie-dye.
made. But first, let's tell our viewers about Toucan Crafts and what is it exactly, and what types of crafts, other than your great shirts, do you do?
We do all different kinds of crafts. We do anything from tie-dye to string art. We do jewelry making, and we do the popular wood signs. But there's many, many more. So they're welcome to come down to our studio anytime and walk through and see all the examples we have. Because every
Okay.
class we offer is displayed.
So this is something that you've done.
That's one of our silhouette jars that is, you can pick any different design to put on there and it lights up. We have battery or electric lights that you can put in those.
Okay, and what are the costs for your classes?
Our classes run anywhere between $25 and $45. Most of them are $25 and $30,
Okay.
but they're all pretty affordable.
Yeah, and it's either one or the other of you teaching the classes, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, are the classes only for adults, Connie, or
No,
can
we
children?
also have a lot of children's classes.
You do.
On Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock in the morning, we do a children's class. And during the summer break, we're going to do children's classes on Tuesday and Thursdays at 11:30. And also we do children's birthday parties. You can bring your children in and all the members of the party, and they all get to make a craft, and then they each have something they can take home.
Okay, now how many children can you accommodate at one time?
We can usually accommodate up to about 16 to 20.
Okay, and you'll both be there helping
Yes, we will
hands-on?
both be there.
Okay. Do crafters need to bring things to class when they come, or do you have all the
That's
supplies?
one of the greatest things. All of our prices include all the supplies, so they don't need to bring anything. And the greatest thing is they don't have any mess to clean up. They could leave that for
I
us.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they can bring a snack or drink. And then on Fridays, we supply pizza for Pizza Friday. So for the 6 p.m.
that's
classes.
great. That's great. Now, you brought a shirt that you're going to
Yes, I was
tell
just
us
going to
about.
show them a quick, one of the folds for tie-dyeing. And this is one where you don't have to use any rubber bands. You just start at the bottom of the shirt and you put a string, or a shoestring works too. And you're going to roll the shirt up real quickly over this string.
Well, that looks a lot easier than putting rubber bands
is,
like we
and-
used to do, right?
We have, we probably have 30 or 40 different folds for different, to make stars, hearts, whatever you want out of your shirt. But this one, then you just tie it like this, and then you're going to put your dies on it. And how it comes out is like this. This is how it comes out on a black shirt, where we did the reverse tie-dye. And this is how it comes out on a white shirt. And both these were made with that same fold.
Wow.
And on the black tie-dye, what you do is you bleach it first, and then you add the color after.
Okay. All right. I like it.
So that's
I
a
like it.
simple fold when you don't want to mess with all the rubber bands.
And you brought some other pieces behind you, those beautiful Dream Love.
And these are our mosaic wall hangings. You
Okay.
can choose all different sayings, all different items to put inside those, so those are fun.
One of the things those are good for is a team building class, because you can use the word strength, courage, respect, whatever words you'd like in there, or you can put a person's name if you want to do it in memory of someone and put their name and items that they liked.
Now, your classes, you talked a little bit about times, but I looked at your calendar and you have quite a list of different times schedules.
The adult classes are Monday through Friday. We have them at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we repeat them again at 6 o'clock in the evening. And then on Saturdays, we have the adult class at 11:30. We leave the afternoons open, so if you see a craft you want to do and you don't see it on the calendar that month, or you don't see a time that works for you, if you have at least 3 people, we'll schedule it for any time between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Okay,
So you
great.
can always do it that way.
Great. Now, there was something I saw on your website, Rocks Around Sarasota. What's that about?
Yes, we painted over 65 rocks, and we put our name and the website on the bottom of it, and we scattered them all over town. And we hope that you'll find them and take a picture of them and post them on our website.
And if you find them, do you get anything? If you find
Yes, you get $3 off your class.
Excellent. Okay. So how do interested crafters find you?
They can call us at 941-250-1847, or they can send us an email at toucancraftfun@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page, which is Sarasota Toucan Craft of Sarasota.
There you go.
And then
Great.
we have our website at toucancraft.com,
Great.
where they
Okay.
can go on and see our photos and calendar.
All right, ladies, hold your bracelets up because you made some beautiful bracelets too, and those are a couple of their classes.
And the
This is made with
earrings.
silverware, and
So
this is made with leather.
great. Love it. Well, thank you both for being here.
Well, thanks
and
for having us.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun.
Yes,
Well,
come
we
in
hope we
and
see
see
you
us.
sometime at the
Thank you.
classes.
Thank you. After the break, we hear about some exciting events to look forward to this weekend. Coming up this weekend, it's Dig the Beach, a Siesta Key volleyball classic. Come watch some incredible volleyball players compete all weekend at the Siesta Key Public Beach volleyball courts. Enjoy a day of fun in the sun with free spectator admission. Google Siesta Key Volleyball Classic for more information. Plus a tribute to Heroes Memorial Day Parade. Honor our troops on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch from 6 to 8 p.m. This event features local bands, dance teams, creative floats, and more. The parade is followed by a block party with food, drinks, and live entertainment. If you would like to promote your community event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you, and this is a complimentary service. Please call our producers, Andrea Chu, at 941-361-4651. To view previous episodes, go to snntv.com. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.